Hey friends, I am so excited to dive even deeper into these fragrances from the two sub collections and smell them with you and talk a little bit more in depth about what they were inspired by even further and just give you all the scoop. So let's start with the collection from the Great Outdoors, and we'll start with Pacific Northwest. So this, as the name states, was really inspired by the Pacific Northwest. I was really inspired by Washington's national parks, and I just really wanted to create something that was really earthy and really natural, and I got to pull in the fragrance note petrichor, which is something that is really trending, and we don't have anything like it, so I think it's really fun. So this fragrance really, I wanted to create this earthy after the rain or kind of rainforest type vibe, and I think some people are going to love it, and I think some people might not. But I think that customers are looking for fragrances like this. That is what the data says, so that is what we are doing. So I'm going to smell it for you guys and then talk a little bit about the scent notes. So the scent notes, the top notes are petrichor, wild nettle, and green leaves. The middle notes are moss, lily petals, and amber musk. Yum. And the base notes are cedarwood, melon, and fresh rainwater. So when I first smell it, I really get that petrichor that comes through. But as you kind of keep smelling it, there's that little tiny bit of sweetness with that melon. And it's really, really well balanced, very green, but like very smooth at the same time. So I think you guys are gonna really, really enjoy this fragrance if you like scents that are like that. So that is Pacific Northwest. Then in this sub collection we have next, we're gonna do Desert Sky. So I have them on little blotter strips, and they really just help you to get all of the scent notes that come through after it kind of dries. So this fragrance was really inspired by the Grand Canyon. And so I really wanted to create something that was super versatile, and I think that this fragrance is one of my top favorites for sure. It's really hard to describe because it's so rich and so bold and so unique. And I would say it has a little bit of the less like earthy vibes as some of the other fragrances in this collection, and more amber, rich, complex. For me, it gives me like desert vibes. Obviously, that's what I named it. Kind of reminds me of Utah, that Grand Canyon. I think it's very unisex and very, like I said, very versatile. I'm really excited to see the different ways you guys use this fragrance. And I know it's hard sometimes when it has a name that you kind of I just hope that you guys don't pigeonhole your fragrance with the name, and get creative and be able to name it with kind of however is going to work in your different collections. It's so good. Okay, so the notes on this one is the Sicilian mandarin, rosemary for top notes. Middle notes are saffron, orris, and coconut, and base notes of tonka bean, agar wood, and musk. And it is so well balanced. You get that smoothness on the base, a little tiny bit of florals, but not over the top at all. And then that kind of sweetness of the mandarin and that rosemary kind of herbal. It's so fun. I really have not smelled anything like it, so I think you guys are going to love this one. All right, and then we have Sea Stone Drift. This is one of my favorites. I keep saying that because they're all so good. But this one was really inspired by the ocean. I wanted to take it a little bit of a different direction and not just do kind of your typical ocean fragrance. And so I went more of like this marine kind of mineral route. And I really love it. It definitely gives me more of a masculine vibe, but I do think it's definitely unisex. It's very well balanced, very unique. I get kind of like a coastal cove, marine, kind of like seaside vibes. I named it Sea Stone Drift because of that like mineral kind of vibe that I was trying to create with it. But I think it's kind of just super mysterious, and I don't know, it just gets some mystery vibes from it. So the top notes are marine minerals and ocean air. The middle notes, are cypress, sea salt, and coastal driftwood. The base notes have ambergris, cedar, and white musk. And it is just so well balanced. You definitely get that mineral kind of marine vibe. The kind of cypress is such a beautiful mid note, and then kind of that smooth base note. Love it. Okay, next let's smell some of the fragrances from the Scents in the City collection. Let's start with Scarlet Noir. This one has been so fun. It was really challenging to name because it is like so well balanced. It is kind of feminine, but then you get this like really interesting masculine tone as well. And every single time I smell it, I feel like I smell something different. So it's kind of fun. So my kind of inspiration behind this scent was Doug and I went to this really fancy hotel, and there was this amazing fragrance just like coming through, if you guys have ever been in an experience like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to create a fragrance that is like kind of just reminded me of that amazing, like super luxurious experience. And I think that that is really trending right now as well. In the industry. So this fragrance was kind of inspired by this like very like bougie, fancy, expensive hotel kind of vibe. And I think it's intoxicating. That is the word that comes to mind. Like, I just want to keep smelling it because I'm just like, I don't know what this is all about, but I love it. No, I do know what it's all about. I'm gonna tell you. So this has top notes of red currant and wild honey. So it's kind of sweet. And then the middle notes are smoked coconut and saffron. So kind of like, I don't know how to describe it exactly in words, but it's just really smooth. And the base notes get even smoother with vanilla noir. I just keep smelling it because I can't help it. Sandalwood and white musk. I think it's really just high end, very rich, very, very intoxicating. Like I said, I can't stop smelling it. So that is our Scarlet Noir. I get red vibes, so I wanted to name it accordingly. And then our last one is the Ruby Red Martini. So this was inspired by New York City. It's super bubbly, it's super sparkly, effervescent type of fragrance. It's really strong in the grapefruit department, and that's why it's ruby red. And I don't think it's like anything that we have. We have some grapefruit fragrances, but nothing that is just like in your face grapefruit. So that's what I get. This is bold, energizing. Like I get excited. It's really uplifting, super bubbly. So the top notes are ruby red grapefruit, yuzu, lemon zest, and the middle notes are rose water and pomegranate, as well as jasmine petals, and then the base notes of musk, amber, and sandalwood to kind of smooth it out. It's amazing. So those are our fragrances in these two sub collections. I think you're going to love them. And if you want to follow along with us in our next videos, we are going to be talking about our last and final subcategory collection, which is my personal favorite, which is the Europe Escapes collection. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And I cannot wait to share the rest of the fragrances with you. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.